Warren Buffett has finally spoken. The Berkshire Hathaway annual shareholders meeting took place last night, and while the majority of it felt like your granddad had tricked you into a history lesson, there were some real important takeaways that are going to affect the market tomorrow. Let's take a look. On Saturday morning, before the meeting, Berkshire Hathaway released its earnings report, and it wasn't good. It showed that Berkshire Hathaway has lost $50 billion in revenue and a further $55 billion in investments. And what was amazing to see is it wasn't a CEO standing there on a pedestal trying to spin all the bad press. For me, he was really honest and he told you how it was. You know, after he got that massive history lesson out of the way. Warren covered a lot of topics throughout the meeting, so here's a quick fire breakdown of everything that I found important. First, stock buybacks. Stock buybacks have been really controversial recently. There's a lot of complaints that companies are simply buying back their own stock to inflate their own prices and get their CEOs some bonuses. Berkshire defended this last night by saying that stock buybacks are actually a really good way of redistributing wealth back to the shareholders. He's got a good point, and he actually says he's going to do this when the time is right. So if you're holding on to Berkshire like I am right now, it's probably going to see a massive drop tomorrow. But eventually, Warren Buffett says he's going to start buying back some stocks, which, in the end, should provide shareholders with some nice returns in the future. Next up, Warren talked about oil. Berkshire Hathaway invested $10 billion in Occidental Petroleum last year, and what was really nice was to see Warren Buffett saying that he made a mistake on Occidental. I'm really sorry for any Occidental investors out there, because it looks like your share price is going to take a big hit tomorrow. In reality, that should be just as bad as what Elon Musk has said about Tesla. I don't think it's going to do that much damage, but he did suggest that the entire oil industry is in trouble at the moment, saying that drilling isn't worth it. One big surprise for me was that Berkshire Hathaway is still happy with Boeing. Boeing was initially one of the companies that I was thinking about investing in, but after the 737 MAX saga, the management just seemed so slimy, and I couldn't see myself investing in a company where I just couldn't trust them. So they're still a miss for me, but for Warren, he's well in. Perhaps the biggest shock of the night is that Berkshire Hathaway has sold all of its airlines. I personally would not invest in airlines. I have my own reasons, and it's going to take me a whole video to explain. Warren Buffett has now admitted that his whole venture into airlines was a complete mistake. And what's now really surprising is that he hasn't just sold down to 10%, he's completely sold out. No one saw that coming, and it looks like tomorrow the airlines are really going to suffer. Warren Buffett dropped some serious truth bombs last night, and that whole history lesson at the start was actually very important to the message. And here's what I'm going to take away from last night as a new investor. The entire history lesson at the start of the speech was all about America and how it's been through some really tough times in the past. The current crisis that we're going through is by no means the worst we've ever had. And Warren Buffett has a positive outlook for the future. He has a strong belief that at least for the next 10 years or so, America will recover and will retain new highs. He solidified this with the quote, "Nothing basically can stop America." Secondly, the history lesson should have taught you that long-term investing is still key. Long-term, buy and hold investment is pretty much the only investment strategy that is proven to deliver returns. And if you haven't got the stomach to deal with a downturn such as this, then you probably shouldn't be investing. You need to hold on to those unrealized losses and wait for it to grow again. This is why I'm trying to drill it into people that you should only be spending money that you don't think you'll need in the next 10 years, because you don't know how long your investments will stay in the loss. The third important thing for me to learn from yesterday was that Warren Buffett doesn't know either. Warren Buffett admitted last night that he has made two big mistakes in airlines and in oil. He's completely sold out of his airlines, he's chopped that limb off. It goes to show that Berkshire Hathaway doesn't really have any more knowledge than you or I have. Well, they probably have $128 billion more than you. That probably helps them. And my fourth takeaway from this is don't wait for Warren. The fact that it was a surprise to everyone that the airlines have been completely sold shows that you won't know about what Warren Buffett's doing until at least a month later than he does it, which means you can't possibly act on it. Tomorrow, if you're stuck in an airline, there's pretty much nothing you can do about it going down now. You're going to have to suck it up, stay strong, and hope that yours doesn't go bust anytime soon. In truth, I really don't know what's going to happen in the market tomorrow. Everything that's happened over this weekend, like Elon Musk tweeting, like Donald Trump being the same dickhead he always is, UK coronavirus deaths actually went up, And now we've found out one of the biggest dealers in oil and airlines has decided that he might pull out. All the information is suggesting that those sectors are going to see a huge drop tomorrow. But that hasn't been the case in the past few weeks, so why do we think it will be tomorrow? The key thing to take away from this weekend is you need a strong stomach while investing. The best way to invest is find strong companies that you know will be around forever. And you buy those companies and you get in bed with them for as long as possible, through thick and thin. That is the most proven method of investing of all time. Thank you very much for watching today. I'm sure many of you have your own opinions of what happened last night. Please share your perspectives with me. You can do that in the comments below and also join the Discord to have a discussion there. If you're thinking about starting investing and wanted to sign up to Trading 212, there is a link in the description below. If you sign up through that link and invest, you get a free share and one of my subscribers gets a free share too. If you found this video interesting, please like, subscribe and invest.